Good afternoon, good morning. This is Mark Johnson from Loyalty360. Everyone's happy, safe, and well. I want to welcome you back to another edition of our Leaders in Customer Loyalty series. In the series, we talk to the leaders in customer channel and brand loyalty about what they are seeing and hearing on the front lines. Today, we had the pleasure of speaking with Rahul, who's the Vice President of Membership Marketing for AAA Northeast, which serves members, I think, in Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Rhode Island. And we actually know Rahul from his past life at 1-800-Flowers, where he helped develop their loyalty program into an award-winning program. So thanks for taking the time to talk to us today.
Thanks, Mark. Thank you for the opportunity. As you stated, I'm the VP of Membership Marketing here at AAA Northeast. So really appreciate the opportunity to talk a little bit more about myself and what we're doing here in AAA.
Okay, great. That leads to the first question we have. So can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and kind of your background, and then also would love to know what you do at AAA as well?
Absolutely. So the membership marketing team here at AAA Northeast is made up of about 40 individuals. And at the end of the day, we're responsible for growing our 6.1 million membership base. My team's responsible for member acquisition, member retention, membership experience, branch marketing, the AAA member rewards Visa card, among other things. I've been with AAA Northeast for, I'm coming up on 3 years this August, actually. And as you stated, prior to that, I was at 1-800-Flowers for 6 years, where I managed the enterprise marketing team there, as well as developing and building out the loyalty program there.
Okay. And you and I talked last week, talked about some of the things that AAA does and the services they offer. It might be a good refresher for those who don't have AAA to kind of what they do and the services they offer. And also, it's also interesting how AAA Northeast interacts with the larger entity as well.
Sure, absolutely. I can tell you that I've been I would say a lifelong member. Membership for AAA was passed on from my dad to myself. And that's a common story you hear, where AAA membership gets passed on from one generation to another. But even though I was a member for decades before I joined AAA, I didn't really understand the makeup of all of the different products and services and how AAA fits into the national brand until I started here. So it's definitely a little bit of a different animal for sure. AAA nationally is a federation. It's a collection of individual organizations. There are over 20 organizations that make up AAA, the federation across North America. The national office has established bylaws, right? So these are bylaws that dictate how the different participating organizations interact with each other. They set the guidelines for core membership benefits that all clubs must offer, enabling the portability of benefits across North America. So essentially, as a member, as I was before I joined AAA Northeast, it's completely transparent that I am being serviced by 20 plus organizations and not a single organization across North America. So AAA Northeast is one of those 20 organizations. So AAA Northeast has been around for about 120 years. We are a not-for-profit organization, and while we're primarily known for roadside assistance, as all AAAs are, we do offer a multitude of products and services. So things like home and car and life insurance policies, travel bookings, whether it's cruise and hotel packages, financial products such as mortgages, student loans, car loans. We have a vast network of discounts and rewards partners, over 11,000 partners. Where as a AAA member, you can get discounts and get exclusive benefits. We offer DMV services in a number of our states. Again, the list goes on and on. Last count, I think we had over 80 different products and services that we offer within our footprint. Taking advantage of even one or two of these benefits easily pays for the cost of membership. And many of our members actually wind up saving a lot.
Okay. So we talked about, as we kind of prepped for this a little bit, you talked about how you're looking to evolve the benefit package, potentially maybe differ the number of partners you have, maybe more focused partners based on potential interest of the respective partner, the party, their individual, as you get to more of a personalized offering. How are you looking to evolve the benefit packages that you offer?
Again, I think all members are entitled to 4 roadside assistance calls. That's part of the standard, right? So as you join AAA, whether you're joining in Florida, California, or New York, it really doesn't matter. Everyone has that core access to roadside assistance, plus access to travel insurance, financial services, and other benefits. Every member has the ability to then upgrade their membership to the higher tiers. We call them Plus and Premier level benefits, where you can, outside of getting additional roadside benefits, you can get additional access to discounts or, exclusive early access to discounts. As we're thinking about kind of optimizing and exploring different ways to build out our benefit package, there's always looking at, again, it starts with the member data, just really trying to understand what are the things that our members want. And that evolves. I mean, an example is, we're getting ready right now. We've been building out an RV product within our footprint, something that we haven't offered traditionally. But, with the pandemic over the last year plus, what we're seeing is an adoption and an increased use of RVs. So we want to make sure that as AAA members, our members are covered in all of their vehicles. So if they're increasingly buying and driving RVs, we want to make sure that we're delivering on that promise of covering them and protecting them on the side of the road. So we're in the process of right now building out an RV product. We look at again, Plus and Premier being kind of the higher tiers of benefits or membership. We're always looking for ways to developing additional value at those upper tiers, right? So for our Premier members, for example, we're looking to introduce additional discounts, whether it's a greater discount on the travel booking that they'll make, or we have a great product, wheel and tire protection program that protects our members, when they're on the side of the road, if they get a flat tire or if their wheel is damaged, they can get it replaced. And that policy is offered to all members, but our Premier members get it at a better price than our basic members. So again, really thinking about, how do we make sure that we're continuing to evolve the benefits that we offer, but again, rooted in member data and what our members are actually in the market for.
Okay, great. Yeah, obviously the member data is more and more important to everyone who's focused on customer loyalty to understand, the true interests and opportunities. When you define customer loyalty, we love to talk to brands about how they define it from a kind of qualitative perspective. What does customer loyalty mean to you and to your organization?
As you know, Mark, I mean, customer loyalty goes well beyond a loyalty program. It's about understanding your members' expectations and then exceeding them. It's really not just about, again, KPIs and transactional values. It's about the emotional loyalty that brands and members develop over time. Again, as I said, AAA has been around for 120 years. And every few months I hear about stories about our members that are celebrating 50 or 70-year anniversaries with us. And they've stopped driving the car. They may not even own a car, but they will not give up their AAA membership. And to me, that's true customer loyalty, right? Someone who's developed a passion for the brand. For us, it is around developing kind of that great member experience and making sure that we can then meet and exceed our members' expectations. So again, while we do have some flavors of a loyalty program, as I like to say, building blocks of kind of a future robust loyalty program, such as the AAA member rewards Visa card, or our network of 10, 11,000 discount partners, but we're focused on member engagement and member satisfaction. So really right now, that's our focus. We want to make sure whether you're in the branch or on the phone or on the side of the road that we're going to deliver a great experience.
Okay. That's awesome. And you talked about building blocks that you have, and one of those is the relationship you have with Visa and the Visa Rewards card. How does that work, and kind of what benefits does that offer, and then how does that kind of help you drive customer loyalty to the large organization?
Yeah, no, we've had the AAA rewards Visa card has been around for a number of years, and it offers great points. Again, you get points for not only AAA purchases, so certainly, our members making a cruise booking or a travel booking can earn, sizable cash back. But we also give you points for everything else that you do, right? So whether it's getting gas or groceries and so forth, you're able to earn points, cash back, and then redeem them either in our branches or just as a discount back or as a cash back to your account. For us, it's really to kind of, understand that data and that data to make sure that we're, again, rewarding members across our entire portfolio of products. So how do we make sure that, if you want to redeem your points or your cash back towards your insurance premium, that we allow you to do that. If you want to use that to upgrade your membership, that we allow you to do that. So I think over time, we've kind of started to build that out, but there's definitely plenty of runway and opportunity for us to kind of plug in all of our discounts and rewards partners into that program. So when you're booking tickets or, you're getting your Disney tickets or Universal tickets, whatever it may be, that you get the ability to be able to redeem your points in those transactions. So again, I think we've got some good building blocks there, but we have the opportunity to make it really a robust loyalty program where you can earn and redeem across our entire portfolio of products and services.
Okay. Talking about some things that you're doing to evolve the customer loyalty program. It's great to hear. Technology is going to be a big piece of that, correct? And we know brands really struggle with regard to getting technology. Right. Say it's supposed to do. How do you see technology as an opportunity, and what are some of the challenges that you may see around technology, or maybe even you've seen in past lives as well, kind of leveraging technology to help in customer loyalty efforts?
Yeah, I mean, again, there's so many marketing technology solutions and companies out there. It used to be like you see the chart with the 5,000 vendors. I think that chart is like north of 8,000 at this point. So when you think about the world of marketing tech, right, there's 8,000 plus solution providers out there. And as a brand and as a marketer, it's hard to really understand, and find the right solution for, and then, as I said, like an ocean of solutions, right? Because for every problem, you probably have 100 different options that you can pick, but what's the right solution for you? So for us as a brand, we've really focused on leveraging industry leaders like Adobe and Microsoft and Qualtrics to be the kind of foundation and the pinning to build out our tech structure. And we do, again, I think we plug and play other players, but we certainly rely on, I would say kind of leading edge solution providers to be able to give us that extra edge, help us innovate. Part of our focus from a technology perspective, or I would say certainly over the last year or two, is to make sure that when we're thinking about technology, that we're making sure that, we're not creating challenges for us from an integration perspective, because oftentimes that's the biggest issue is when you have the more players you have involved, the more solutions you have involved, the more opportunity for integrations to break down. So as much as possible, we've tried to expand within our portfolio of technology providers rather than introduce new ones, to not introduce those complexities that come with integrations.
Absolutely. And you've talked about personalization a little bit, making sure that the individuals get the products and services that they're interested in. What are some of the challenges and opportunities you see around personalization, and how is your brand as AAA Northeast looking to enhance the efficacy of those efforts?
Yeah, I mean, personalization is only as good as the data that's behind it, right? So I think there's, for us as a brand, again, when you think about the fact that we have 80 plus product and services that we offer, and we rely on a lot of external partners to deliver on some of those incremental benefits of membership, whether it's hotel partners or travel partners or cruise partners. Not only do we underwrite some of our own insurance and our loans, but we also have third-party partners that we work with. So there's just a lot of data elements that go into understanding who our members are and how they're interacting with us. We've definitely made a lot of progress, I'd say, over the last few years to be able to pull that data together and to personalize the experience. So, if you've got teens in your household, we'll talk more about our driving schools and our free teen membership or our student loans programs. So we're starting to talk to you based on what we know about you in terms of where you are in your makeup of your household or where you are in your life right now. But I do think, again, I think that's great, and we'll continue to do that. But I think, as I think about from my experience at 1-800 Flowers, there's opportunities for real-time personalization. And that's an area that, I think we're starting to really think about and how do we, take advantage of what you're doing today, contextually, where you are, and not so much about historically what we know about you. And we're relying on, I think increasingly what we're relying on is AI, right? And to say, hey, we've got, Adobe Sensei implemented across our entire marketing tech side of the house. And then we have, we're working on introducing AI within our dynamic CRM. The idea is to more in real time personalize that experience based on what's actually happening and how members are behaving on that particular day or within that hour. So much just relying on historical transactional data, what we know about you from the last demographic update we have.
You talked about it a little bit. One of the things we hear a great deal about is customers changing. Customers are evolving. They were evolving before COVID. They obviously had some kind of changes that we saw through COVID as well. How are your customers changing? They may be driving less or maybe driving differently, which may impact the number of calls you may get there in one area. But how are your customers changing, and how are you adapting to that, and how do you see that going forward?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of change happening right now. I mean, I'm sure every few years we're probably talking about change. But when you think about the last year with the pandemic, the adoption and shift to digital accelerating significantly. So there's change that is happening in the marketplace in general in terms of how members and consumers want to interact with the brand, right? Because their comfort level in terms of how they want to interact in person versus digital is evolving just purely from pandemic. And it'll be interesting to see how that much of it is a permanent change or just a blip and some of that data normalizes. There's changes in the broader driving landscape, as you alluded to, right? As more and more people potentially work remotely or in a hybrid model, how likely are they to drive on a regular basis? So that is something obviously that we're trying to keep our finger on the pulse there. There's just overall changes in terms of where we are from a car manufacturing perspective, right? So there are things, right now there's a big shortage of new cars. So people are either driving their cars for a longer period of time, and there is a secondhand market, right? So generally, I think our expectation right now is that there's probably going to be more older cars on the road that may need our service. So, again, it could be the combination of, people are driving less, so maybe they don't need roadside assistance, but they're driving older cars, so therefore they may need it more. So we're trying to balance the kind of the conflicting or contradictory data there. There's longer term trends, right? Electric car adoption, right? So more and more people are buying and are likely to have their next car be an electric car. And again, that poses a couple of different challenges for us. I think one side of the equation is cars potentially don't break down. And I think that's a little bit of a myth. Don't break down as often. And the second part is our ability to service those cars, right? And you think about, roadside assistance for AAAs. If you get stuck on the side of the road because you run out of fuel, we'll come there and we'll bring, a few gallons of fuel to your car to get you going again. And you think about that in an electric car world where, you run out of juice, how do we make sure that we come to you and be able to give you a charge to help you get back on the road again? So there's a lot going on. I think in terms of who our audience is, that's evolving. I can tell you that our members are increasingly younger, right? So we're starting to see that, Gen Z and millennials are the primary drive or primary joins for us. They're increasingly more diverse. And so, who our audience is changing, driving is changing. So there's just a multitude of changes that are happening right now. So again, the great thing for AAA is we're kind of in this unique position where we can rely on 20 plus organizations to tackle some of these challenges. We do not compete with each other, right? So we're able to work together, which is a great benefit. So, we could have different AAAs or different national task force or committees looking at different challenges. So, and we're kind of reinventing how, how people request roadside assistance, how we service roadside assistance, how do we make sure that we have additional benefits that we may not have thought of 2 years ago, but are now critical for us to be able to think about as we continue to service members.
Okay, great. That's interesting. It's in your perspective too on just juicing up, right? What does that look like if that's going to be an offer? Because it doesn't happen in 5 minutes or 2 minutes to put the gas in the car. So that's a very interesting challenge to deal with. So when you look at customer loyalty, what are some of the metrics that you use, KPIs that you use? Because it's going to be different than a traditional grocer or retail or entertainment entity, I would expect, correct?
In some ways, yes, but it really isn't that different. I mean, I think, when I think about customer loyalty for us, right, we're measuring renewal rate, we're measuring retention rates, right? We're measuring our churn for sure, which again, I think a lot of brands out there are probably doing regardless. Certainly, I think, part of what we have an internal engagement index that is something that's important for us, right? We continue to monitor. And the engagement index is essentially allows us to see the health of our membership and says, how many product and services is a member engaging with over the last 12 months. That's a key metric for us. It's a telling metrics, it's a leading KPI to renewal rate. So we know that if members are engaging with multiple product and services within our portfolio, their renewal rate is significantly higher. For us, really, again, I think, we're trying to get that second engagement with a new member fairly early in their life cycle because it changes or has a huge impact to our ability to retain that member. So, again, I think in many ways, the KPIs we track in terms of engagement, in terms of the member churn, obviously lifetime value are important. And, I think back to my career with other brands and as, we relied on similar KPIs. So in many ways, it's similar.
And it's interesting. So when you look at your competitive set, I mean, what is your competitive set? Because are there other membership entities like AAA that offer similar services, and how may be how are your offerings different than maybe your competitive set?
We're interesting in that we have a lot of competitors, but we also have no one quite like AAA, right? So when it comes to our core product, again, we have competitors in the insurance space, we have competitors in the travel space, we obviously have competitors in the financial services space. But when you think about our core product of roadside assistance, our competitors are generally like insurance companies or the new car manufacturers that provide roadside assistance, right? So pretty much every new car that you buy now, whether it's a Lexus or a Toyota or a Honda, it comes with roadside assistance for a period of time, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, and so forth. So, when you think about people, and again, nationwide, we have 61 million members, right? We're about 1 in 3 households, but generally, right, when you think about the people who don't pick roadside or don't pick AAA, The number one reason they'll tell you why they haven't joined AAA is because they feel like they have roadside assistance from their insurance provider or their car manufacturer. Which is, again, I think the roadside assistance from our competitors is always about the car, right? It's never about the person driving the car, which is what makes us unique. We're a member first organization, and when you join AAA, we're there for you, whether you're driving your own car, you're driving someone else's car, you're a passenger in someone else's car. It doesn't matter. The membership for AAA is with you. It's not the car, right? When you think about the insurers or the car manufacturers, the membership, the roadside assistance is for the car, it's not for the member. We ensure our members are never stuck on the side of the road. I don't believe anyone in this space is better at being member-centric or providing better roadside assistance as we are, right? We're the member. And so, yes, we have competitors, but I don't think anyone's truly like AAA because we are truly member-driven and member-centric.
Okay, great. And the last question I have is, what can Loyalty360 do as a trade association for the industry to kind of help you in your customer loyalty journey, your customer loyalty efforts?
It's great. I mean, look, Mark, I think you and I have known each other probably at this point, I'm going to say 5 or 6 years or more. I always look at Loyalty360 as a source of keeping my finger on the pulse of what everyone else, all the other great brands, innovative brands are doing to drive customer loyalty. I think there are connections that I have made either, through Loyalty360 or at the Loyalty Expo that I've attended in the past that I still work with. I mean, there are solution providers that I've come across there that I've, used 1-800-Flowers, and then I moved them over to AAA Northeast. So, again, I think it's keep doing what you're doing. I think it's really about, being able to get access to other innovative brands and learn about what, great things they're doing. And again, there's no harm in learning from others' success for sure.
No, absolutely right. Well, Rahul, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us today. It's been a while since we last spoke, but it was great hearing what you're doing, but also just about the interplay between the organizations and, having that federation model is very unique, but to hear the passion you have for your customers and how customer-centric you and your team are is great to hear. And it's always great catching up with someone we've known for a while. So thank you for the time today.
Great. Thank you for the opportunity, Mark. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And thank you everyone for listening. Join us back soon for another edition of our Leaders in Customer Loyalty series. Thank you very much, everyone.